What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Hope you're all having a wonderful night. We are back for the final time. Season Saints and Sinners, Season 6, Episode 8, My Soul to Take. Y'all don't know how hard it was for me to do this review. Like, I've been trying to do this review for the past hour, and it's like every time I try to record it, I can't do it. It's hard, man, because how the hell do you say goodbye to a show that you've loved for 6 damn years and to know that it's not coming back? It's not. Like, this is it. This was the final. And you know, any show that I watch or review, I hate a final episode. I hate it. This episode delivered, but it was hard as hell for me to come on here because this is like, damn, this is my guilty pleasure show. I look forward to it every year. I look forward to it, and to know this is the final year is just bittersweet. But again, shout out to the cast, the amazing cast: Clifton Powell, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Jasmine Burke, JD Williams, Carly Red. um Man, just so many of them. I'm losing train of thought now on everybody. Trey Chaney, everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who was a part of the show, who made it what it is for the past 6 years. Um, Donna Briscoe, of course. Everybody, man. Christian Keys, the whole crew, man. Nigel Campbell, the executive producer. Um, Courtney Miller, the writer. Shout out to everybody, who's made this show a success for 6 years. Because it has been a fucking roller coaster. 6 years. The plots, the twists, the turns. Um, but yeah, getting into this episode. I love the scene, I'm not gonna lie, between Tim and Miles. I loved it. Um I hate that Josie had to meet a ending like that. But what I love was Tim realized that it should have never got that far. You know what I'm saying? She owned her part of it. But I also agree with Miles. You know what I'm saying? You can't take credit for how shit went left in the end, because at the end of the day, Josie was a grown woman. She snapped. She wasn't all the way there mentally. Um, and she made some decisions that cost her her life. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I'm glad Tam took ownership of the part she played in all of this, because she started this mess. It was like a domino effect what she did. She admitted that she tried to control the situation, which I'm glad she did. Um, you know, that was just a sad ass ending for Josie. I wanted so much better for her. I did. I said, damn, Josie, you let community dick drive you crazy. Lord have mercy. I had high hopes, but R.I.P. to Josie. Um, but Miles, he was upset by that because he really did love Josie. You know what I'm saying? But shit got hot. you know, and things happen. But Tim wishes that it didn't go that far. She wished that she could talk to Josie and try to fix it, but it's too little, too late. She can't. You know what I mean? She gonna have to work that out with Josie on the other side. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, Angela got more lives than the damn cat because, baby, I thought Angela ass was not gonna make it throughout this show, but homegirl done made it. She made it out the other end of this thing here. Every time she sees Paige, every time she see Paige, you could tell she be shook every time she see Paige. Like, she was clicking that nurse's button. She said, "Help!" Every time she see Paige, she be shook. I said, "You damn sure better," because Paige is about that life, and we all know it. Um, and you could see the look on Angela's face when Paige said, "We're gonna get a DNA test." That look right there told me that that's not Jabari baby. I had a feeling from the very beginning that there was a huge possibility that that was not Jabari's baby. And that look gave it all away. I said, She don't want that DNA test because she know what time it is. And she used that little moment of freedom that she had when Paige left. She used that little bit of moment to get on about that hospital to try to escape, so Paige couldn't do the DNA test. Paige was pissed, but thank God for Christy, because Christy told her, she was like, "Well, we drew blood and all that stuff for her tests and all that." And Paige had that light bulb moment. She said, "Aha, y'all drew blood." She says, "So if I get you Jabari's DNA, can you, use that to run a little DNA test to see if that's his child?" Christy was on the fence about it, but I'm sitting here like, listen, Christy, I need you to do one final unethical thing. I understand you can get fired, but nobody has to know, but I need you to handle this. I need you to do something very unethical right now. I need you to run that test, sweetie. I need you to do it, Christy. I need you to do one final illegal deed, and you're done. You're off the hook for good. I just need you to do this for me, boo. I need you to run that test. And run that test she did. She got them results back like that. And thank God the test was it was unanimous. Jabari's not the daddy. I said hallelujah. Oh my God, I was so happy. Thank God he was not the father. Whoo, Lord, you talk about 18 years worth of hell. Because Paige knew if he was the father, she knew Angela was gonna milk that shit for everything it was worth. She knew Angela was gonna use that for life against them. She knew it. You know what I'm saying? She was not dumb. She knew it. Hell, we all knew it. She knew that was gonna happen. Thank God, that was not the case. Um, and Paige started having these little dizzy spells for a minute. I was looking at her like, "What's wrong with you?" And I started thinking, I said, "You must be pregnant acting like that." Because she talking about, "Oh, I just got a little excited." No, you must be not. And I'm gonna get into that a little towards the end of this video. But yeah, I was like, "Yeah, y'all need to run some tests on her," because something tell me I had a dream about fish last night. I said, "Somebody must be knocked." I said, "Okay." Jabari must have hit the joy button. I said, "All right now." Um. So anyway, moving on from that, a lot of these characters was having some come to Jesus moments on this final episode. Like a lot of people was opening up to each other about how they really feel. You know what I'm saying? Like being all emotional and stuff. Something that they didn't really do before, and I was here for it. I said, okay. Um, I was definitely here for it. Um, thank God Leona didn't revert, you know what I'm saying, back to the dark side. I mean, she still got that mean streak about her, but I'm glad she didn't use it on her own kin. Thank the good Lord she helped Chrissy. Like she said, she slid Chrissy that blade. I said, hallelujah, Leona. Thank God she was playing that little pervert doctor. Um, and he ended up giving her the little flash drive or whatever with the information she needed to help her with her kidney and stuff like that. So that way her body wouldn't reject the transplant when she got one. Thank God Levi got up in there, you know what I'm saying? And they was going toe to toe and he done killed the little pervert doctor. I was happy. I said, thank God Dr. Ross ass is finally dead. Hallelujah. I said that little pervert needed to go. Like, he needed to go. Cause it ain't no telling what he was gonna do to Christy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to take her kidney. I said, no, we can't have that, Leona. I always had a feeling Leona loved her family, but she just had a funny way of showing it. She did. She had a funny ass way of showing how she loved her family because she was so protective of them that she just couldn't stand whenever they would do something dumb. So of course, she had to lash out at them. But I always had a feeling she loved them. You know what I mean? She just had a harsh way of showing it though. Like some of we got family members that do that too. They love us, but they a little harsh with it though. That's that tough love. Like that's that tough shit right there. But I'm glad she saved her though. That's what she needs to do. And her and Levi put whatever differences they had to the side to save Christy. I said, good. That's what we need to do. So anyway, moving on from that. I thought it was curtains for Rex and Ella when they got to that safe house because Jabari and Ray Ray was outside with all the goons. I was like, okay, but Rex got a closet full of ammunition, but I'm like, it's two guns against about 15, 20 motherfuckers. How y'all gonna get out of this? But Rex, I had a feeling Rex had a plan because Rex was just too damn cool for school. I said, Rex, what you got planned? And he opened that door. He said, LMA, let's go. And they done got out of there. Apparently, he had some secret ass tunnel or whatever to get on up out of there, out the safe house without anybody seeing him. I said, go ahead, Rex, because he was just Joe Cool. And I said, why he so cool? Like, you must got a plan. Rex is smart. Because one of Ray Ray goons came outside and was like, they gone. Ray Ray was like, what the fuck you talking about? They gone. How they going? We got the whole bitch around. Like, we got goons out here. How they going? It ain't nothing but two entrances, in the place, the back or the front, and they ain't come out of neither one. So he was like, how they going? We got goons all around this bitch. And, Jabari was like, well, shit. And he said, I ain't never been up in this safe house, but all his other safe houses got, like tunnels and shit to get up out of there. I was hoping that Jabari was going to turn that gun on Ray Ray, but then I thought about it. I said, nah, because if he did that, Ray Ray goons would have got him ASAP. But Kendrick came in clutch. I thank God Rex called Kendrick. Thank you, God. Because when they got to the road, Kendrick was right there waiting in the car. I said, hallelujah, Kendrick. Kendrick was using his little brain today. You know what I'm saying? He was using his noggin on this episode. I said, this what the fuck I'm talking about, Kendrick. My boy was using that noodle. He was using that little noggin today. I said, go ahead. I said, he done came in clutch, got them the fuck on up out of there and on to another safe house. I said, that's what I'm talking about, brother. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Get your daddy and your mama up out of there before they get capped. Because I was surprised for a second that they made it out of there, but then again, it's Rex and Ella. Like, they gonna have a plan. Because Ella was a little nervous for a minute. She said, what the hell are we gonna do? But I love it though. Rex and Ella always got each other back. That's one thing I can say about them. They forever got each other back. They hold each other down. Ella wasn't here for Leona at first when Leona and Christy came to the safe house. She wasn't there for her at first because she felt like Leona was always up to her shenanigans. But Leona had to put her in her place real quick and let her know, like, listen, we still family at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You still my kin. You still my blood. Like, no matter what you believe, I really do care about your ass and I want to protect you. I freaking love that conversation Leona and Ella had in the room. I loved it. I felt like it was a long time coming for them to have that conversation. It took 6 years, but I'm glad they finally had it. Leona was being human in this episode, and I was here for it. Because Leona felt like she was about to meet her maker. So she was like, let me just tell my family how I really feel about them now while I have the time to tell them. And I'm here for that. She told Ella, she even apologized to Ella, for all the hell she done put her through over the years. She was like, because, as a parent, shit, you make decisions that you think are right at that time. They may not be the smart decision or the best decision, but it's the best that you could come up with what you think is right in that moment. And I agree with her. There's no manual really on how to raise a child. People be coming out with books all the time about how to parent and all that. Listen, you can't read no book. It's just you got to learn as you go. That's how you parent. You know what I mean? You just got to go off of common sense and instincts and all that stuff. That's just parenting. To me, that's the old school way of parenting. They didn't have books back in the day to teach you how to be a parent. You just had to, learn shit as you went. So even though Leona wasn't the perfect mama or whatever, even though she not Ella real mama, but shit, to me, that's always going to be her mama, her sister, her mama, whatever. She raised her, she didn't have to, she didn't have to raise that girl. She could have gave her up just like she gave Ray Ray up, but she didn't. I respect it. She wasn't perfect, but she did what she had to do for Ella. And, I'm glad that she apologized to her, for all that hell. But she admitted, she was like, listen, I may have done some messed up shit, but I love your ass, though. I still love you. I just had a funny way of showing it. She was like, but I care for you. And Ella appreciated it. And you could tell Ella appreciated it. Because she finally feel like she got a human version of her mother, / sister. You know what I mean? She felt like what Leona was saying for once was actually genuine and true. Because everybody know Leona sometimes, man, she be lying like a motherfucker. But she was on point today. She was telling everybody how she felt. Even when she was having her little episode and Christy got her to the hospital, she opened up to Christy and let Christy know, like, listen, I'm proud of you. I might, not tell you or didn't tell you before or whatever or show it, but she was like, I'm proud of your ass. I'm proud of the woman that you became. You know what I'm saying? You forgive people, you care about people. She was like, you definitely don't get, your personality from me or your mama. She said that's for damn sure. You know, she gave Christy her props, and you could tell Christy, just like Ella, Christy appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? For it to come from Leona of all people, she appreciated that because they could tell, they could hear the sincerity in her voice. Like she wasn't putting y'all on. This is how she really feel about y'all. You know what I'm saying? She may have been tough on you at times and stuff, but that was her way of trying to protect you. By being tough. That's just the old school way. I love those moments, man, because it was, like I said, it was a long time coming. It's been 6 years in the making to hear Leona talk like this. And it was funny though, because Rex, Ella was worried as hell about Leona. Rex was like, listen, she good. He was like, trust me, the only way to kill a vampire like her is to put a stake through her heart. He said, trust, she ain't going nowhere. I agree with Rex. Rex be having me hollering because it is so true. So true. Um, and of course, he got the phone call from Ray Ray telling him like, oh, I got Kendrick or whatever. You better come over here or whatever. And Ella was like, listen, I'm going with you. Rex said, no, you not. And I agree with Ella. Listen, Ella is ride or die. She ain't got nothing to lose at this point. You know what I'm saying? And that's her son. She was like, listen, you gonna need me. And I agree with Ella, because if Rex would have went there by himself, that's like going into the Lions Den. You got Jabari, you got Ray Ray, you got all the goons up in there, and you going up in there by yourself. Like, no. You a bold motherfucker, we get it. But that's a no for me. Bring you some type of backup with you or something. Because of course, Ray Ray done got Anna ass. Anna thought she was just gonna pack her bag and leave. Ray Ray said, where you think you going? He said, you thought you were gonna leave. He said, no, I'm not done with you. And she just couldn't bring herself to kill Kendrick. And he was like, listen, you gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do. And I'm looking at Anna like, Miss Anna Mae Bullock. You better shake a tail feather and do what Mr. Ike Turner telling you to do. You better get on that proud Mary and keep on rolling or something. I say, good and damn well Ray Ray not playing with your ass. When he tell you to do something, you best to do it. He not playing with you. He even brought a chick over there with a damn hammer. I'm like, you better stop playing. Shit, he is not playing with your ass. You better do what that man tell you to do. So, of course, he got her all tied up at his club, at his little place of business or whatever. Got her in the back room all tied up. Now Kendrick come up in there, and Jabari was beating Kendrick ass. Because Jabari, at this point, he see red. Jabari is seeing red at this point. He had complete tunnel vision because he was believing Ray Ray's manipulation. He was buying into it, so he wanted to know where Rex was. So he was just sitting there beating, Kendrick ass and stuff like that. He was not playing with Kendrick at all, And I know it was hard for Kendrick because him and Jabari always been somewhat cool, except for that time, Jabari done shot his ass out that van and stuff. But other than that, they've been kind of cool, So for Jabari to be beating your ass, he ain't playing with you. Like, Jabari was not playing. But I am glad that Kendrick and Anna had that little conversation that they had. And I didn't trust Anna at first. I really didn't, because I knew she was up to something. But of course she was, doing Ray Ray's bidding. Everything she was doing was simply because Ray Ray wanted her to do it. But I'm glad her and Kendrick had that conversation, because she really did fall for Kendrick. She thought that she could bring him Stacia. But I'm glad Kendrick set her straight and was like, listen, I don't, I love Stacia, but I knew that you were not her. I wanted you because of who you are. You know what I'm saying? And she finally realized, like, Kendrick was just trying to help her. You know what I'm saying? He was just trying to give her a better life and stuff than what she had. Not just because she was Stacia's sister, but because he had fallen for her. So I'm glad she realized that, and she changed up her ways, and saw him differently now, And I'm glad Kendrick was using his brain. He told her to turn around. She's sitting there talking about, for what? So he can get your ass up out them restraints so y'all can get the hell up out of there. And I'm glad they done freed themselves, because Rex was up in there, at the mercy of Ray Ray and Jabari. And thank God Kendrick was smart enough to, yank that thing out and get that pipe. Him and Anna actually make a damn good team, because Anna was about that life. When the old boy was pointing that gun at her, she was bold, because he told Jai. He was like, don't move, I'm going to shoot you. She was bold. She was like, oh, I'm going to move up towards you, because she said, Ray Ray ain't going to kill my ass. And he said, oh, you want to bet? Oh, you think Ray Ray not going to kill you? and she ducked and Kendrick knocked that man the fuck out with that pipe. I said, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad they like Kendrick knew how to read the room when she mentioned a pipe. Like he knew how to read that shit. You know, he followed her lead on that and said, boing yoing yoing yoing. And Ella came in clutch too with that damn truck. She was up on it. She said, get y'all ass in this truck. Let's go. Let's go. I said, this is what I'm talking about. See, when you unite the family, can't nobody beat y'all. And this is what I'm talking about. United we stand, or divided we gonna get played. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad they all was united on this one. I said hallelujah. You know, thank God y'all was united, because y'all needed to unite, because y'all was getting that family was getting beat down by Ray Ray and his crew for a little second. I'm like, it's about time y'all united and joined forces instead of going up against each other. You know what I'm saying? About time. Shit. Look what y'all can do when y'all join forces. And I'm happy that, Rex got a chance to talk to Jabari. Because Ray Ray kept trying to force Jabari to shoot him. He kept trying to do it so that way Rex couldn't explain why he had to kill Jabari's father. Because Ray Ray knew if Rex got a chance to tell Jabari the whole story, he knew Jabari wasn't going to pull that trigger. And Rex finally got to tell him. He was like, think about it. Look at your father's arrest records. He kept getting out early, early, early. He said, because basically your father was a snitch. And he said, dude, you know the street code. The street code is you snitch, you got to go. And he was snitching on people. You know what I'm saying? That's the code. That's the law on the street. You know, what you wanted Rex to do. He was like, shit, that was my best friend. I didn't want to kill him, but shit, business is business. And that's what it was, business. You know, he had to do what he had to do. He said, I made sure that shit was quick, it was painless. And he said, I promised to take care of you. And right then and there, Jabari knew he was genuinely telling the truth, and he knew Rex was right. Because he asked Jabari, he said, shit, if you was in that situation, what would your ass do? Which is true. Which is totally true. I mean, that's the street code. That's what y'all signed up for when y'all, became a part of that life. So he really couldn't be mad at Rex on that one. And, of course, Ray Ray was pissed, and he done snuck Jabari. I said, Jabari, what is you doing? Like, I understand you in shock by this information, but you should have been on your P's and Q's, because Ray Ray knocked the shit out of him. He said, bow. Jabari ass went down like a sack of potatoes. I said, Jabari, you left yourself wide open. And it was crazy because when Ray Ray picked up the gun, he was hesitant about shooting Rex. Like, you could see the tears in his eyes, especially when Rex was saying how Jabari was like his own son and stuff, and you could see the hurt on Ray Ray. Because that's all Ray Ray wanted was a father. But he can't be mad at Rex. It's like, Rex didn't know about your ass. He just found out about you, bro. He did not know that you were his son. He didn't know that. So Jabari, thank God, got back up and started fighting. But Ray Ray was about to take his ass out, and you can see Rex was hesitating with that gun. When Rex pointed that gun, he was hesitant about taking out his own son. He was hesitant about doing it. But if he didn't, Jabari might have got stabbed up. You know what I'm saying? He had to do what he had to do. I mean, I know that was a hard decision for Rex, to put his own son down. That was hard for him, but he knew it had to be done. He had to take his ass out. Because even Leona said it before, like, Ray Ray was getting out of control. And he was. He wouldn't have hesitated really that much to take them out. Even though he hesitated a little bit, they knew Ray Ray was, crazy enough to end them. And they couldn't allow that. It's either kill or be killed. So he had to go. And, at least it was Rex who was the one that put him down. And that's exactly what Rex did. Put his ass down. But I love that moment when Rex, held his hand and stuff like that. Because you could see that he really wished that it didn't go down like that. And even Leona, before, when she was talking to Ella, she had regrets about giving Ray Ray up. Because she felt like, maybe if things were different, she could have raised him too. And, she could have guided him and stuff. And maybe he would have turned out different. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have been so, like, psychotic. Like, he was a sociopath, basically. And she felt like he maybe wouldn't have turned out that way. But, like she said, you can't dwell on the past. Which is true. You can't. So Ella ass was watching Tony on the TV at the safe house. She's sitting there watching Tony because Tony holding this little press conference or whatever at the news station, at the TV station, about Ella and stuff, telling her, oh, you can run, you can hide, but we gonna get you. So Ella called Tony and said, listen, I'm gonna text you my coordinates. I'm gonna text you where I am. I knew when she did that, she was up to something. I knew it. Cause I said, ain't no way in the fucking world Ella just gonna turn herself in and go down that easy without a fight. And Tony and the cops showed up and they, told her to bring your ass outside. They said, come on, let's go. They said, bro, come on with it. Bring it. And so she came outside, and I'm like, she really about to give herself up? Or is Rex about to come from around the corner and start blah, blah, blah? Like, what y'all about to do? So Ella went back inside, and Tony started, counting 10, 9, 8, 7. He said, you got to the count of 10 to come on out of here. That fucking house blew up. I said, wait a minute. I said, hold the fuck up. As soon as I seen that bitch blow up, I said, that was the plan. Smart plan. I had a feeling her and Rex faked her death. I had a feeling. I knew it. Cause I said that was too easy. I said, ain't no way Ella giving herself up. Ain't no way. I knew it. So now we do this little jump or whatever 1 month. And we at the church, New Hope and all that stuff. And Levi up in there or whatever. And, he done call Christy over there. I was shocked. Levi gave Christy half ownership of the church. I was shocked because Levi admitted that he lost his way. He let everything that was going on with Ella and Leona, all the, Rex, all the drama he had to deal with over the years, he let that get the better of him and he turned into them. You know what I'm saying? And he was misguided. So he was like, I'm giving you your half of the church. Because you know what? The prodigal daughter returns. It's your family's legacy, and I want you to have half of it. I respected that. And then Angela walked her ass up in there. Angela done walked her big pregnant butt up in there, looking at Levi, and I said, I knew it. And Levi looked at her, and he started putting it together. You are the father. I said, I knew it. I knew it. I had a feeling. I said, ain't no way. Because he was messing around with her at one point, and she was messing around with Jabari too at the same time. I said, I knew it. You the daddy. There you go. Now you got hell for 18 years. Good luck. Because Angela's a damn handful. So then we see Tim and Miles pop up at the church. They lighting a candle. I guess it's like a visual they were doing or whatever that everybody was there doing, lighting a candle for, I guess, they lost loved one or whatever. And he put a picture of Josie up and stuff like that. And he lit a candle. I guess him and Tam are gonna be together or work things out, I guess. Which would be cool. So then Anna and Kendrick showed up, and he lit a candle, I guess, in Stacia's honor. Jabari and Paige showed up, and Paige is pregnant. Yep, she pregnant. And somebody on Twitter said that, and I said, you know what? The show ended perfectly with everybody coming together in the end. I loved it. And of course, you're gonna get some unanswered questions. Like, not everything's gonna be answered, but that's the beauty of it because you can use your imagination. That's what I'm doing. I felt like they wrapped this show up perfectly. Because most of our shit was answered. It's a couple loose ends, but I say, you know what? That's good because if they ever want to do a spinoff or whatever they want to do, perfect. So they pregnant or whatnot, and they come on up in there, and then guess who pop up? Fucking Leona. Leona come up in there smiling and stuff, and she looking at Levi and Christy and stuff, and Levi was looking at her like, yeah, we worked together to kill Dr. Ross. He said, but I still don't like your little evil ass. That's the look he gave her, like, I still don't fuck with you. So she had this little smile, smirk on her face and stuff. I said, always up to no good. I said, she is always up to no damn good, that woman. So then they cut to a beach scene, island scene or whatever, and of course, Rex and Ella, little toxic asses on the island, sipping drinks, smoking cigars. She talking about, so what's next? Y'all retirement? I love that she faked her death because Ella's smart. She knew that she could hire the best of the best attorneys, but she knew the evidence was stacked against her. She knew she wasn't getting out of this shit. She knew it. So I'm glad that they, decided to leave Cyprus, leave the States, leave the country and just go live on a beach somewhere and be happy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to deal with the street shit no more. You ain't got to deal with somebody trying to put a bullet on you no more. You ain't got to deal with that no more. I said, good for them. I will say this show wrapped up nicely. because a lot of shows that run for 6 years and 10 years, they don't get a proper finale. And I'm glad we got a proper finale on this show. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people survived that I didn't expect to survive. You know what I'm saying? I did not expect um, Ella and Rex to make it out. I didn't expect Leona to make it out of this. Oh, speaking of Leona, she got her kidney from Ray Ray. Um, Leona was distraught when she found out Ray Ray died, and I love how Christy just consoled her and stuff, because even though he was crazy and sociopath, that was still her son. You know what I'm saying? And she was hoping that it wouldn't have ended that way, but I think deep down she knew it had to end that way. One way or another, he was gonna have to go down. He was gonna have to be put down. But I know that was hard for her, just like it was hard for Rex. Nobody wants to put their own child in the ground, especially by their own hand. But what other option did they have? Um, but yeah, I wasn't expecting Leona to make it out of it. I knew Christy would. I had a feeling Christy would. I knew Levi would. Um, Jabari and Paige, that was a toss up for me. I didn't think they was possibly gonna make it out of there. But I love how this ended. I felt like this was such a superb ending. They couldn't have done it no better than what they did. You know what I'm saying? I felt like this was perfect. You know what I'm saying? It was perfect. Um, man, I'm gonna miss this show. Like I said before, I'm going to miss this show. Bounce TV, somebody got to pick up a spinoff or something. I'm not ready to fully say goodbye to all these characters. Like, let Paige and Jabari have a spinoff, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe Levi and Christy could pick up the mantle. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody need a spinoff, because I'm ready to see more Cypress. I'm not ready to say goodbye to all these characters yet. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's bittersweet. 6 years. I've been rocking with the show. A lot of us been rocking with the show. 6 years, man. And again, I want to say shout out to everybody, man. The whole cast, the whole crew. Y'all did y'all thing. Y'all entertained us for 6 years. You did a superb job of it. You couldn't have done any better than what you did, man. This was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't see it ending any other way except this. This was perfect. You know. Um but yeah, man, shout out to everybody. I'm gonna miss you all until we meet again. Um, have a blessed night. See you all later. Have a great night. Peace.